What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, this is a different video from what I usually do. Today we're going to be comparing the iPhone 8 versus the iPhone 8 Plus. It is going to be just like a general comparison on the Apple website that any of you guys can see. I just wanted to show you guys and my thoughts on the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus. So iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, you have two different models of the iPhone 8. You have the regular 8, which I believe costs $699, and then the 8 Plus that costs $799, and they come in three different colors. It is gold, silver, and space gray for both models. The capacity is 64 gigs and 256 gigs is the starting, and 256 is the highest you can get. In terms of the size of the weight, the Plus model weighs almost 2 ounces more, or 202 grams more than the regular 8, and it is slightly thicker at 7.5 millimeters and 0.30 inches. So there's that. And now onto the display. You have a 4.7 inch Retina HD display, and then a 5.5 inch Retina HD display. So in terms of the PPI and the pixels and the resolution, I believe that the 4.7 model, the iPhone 8, is not even HD. It's 720p or something like that, a little less. The 1920 by 1080 resolution that is the standard, that will have to be on the Plus model, so that you are gonna fork out an extra $100 if you want the HD display. So in terms of pixels per inch, the iPhone 8 has a 326 and the iPhone 8 Plus has 401, with a 1400 to 1 contrast ratio and a 1300 to 1 contrast ratio. And this is just something that both models have. Your normal stuff, your 3D touch. Both are IP67 water, splash, and dust resistant, and both include the A11 Bionic chip with 64-bit architecture with the neural engine. And as for camera, the iPhone 8 has a 12 megapixel camera with an f1.8 aperture with digital zoom up to 5 times. The iPhone 8 Plus has a 12 megapixel wide angle and telephoto cameras. The wide angle is f1.8 aperture and the telephoto is 2.8 aperture with optical zoom and digital zoom up to 10 times. Plus you get the portrait mode and the portrait lighting, which is still in beta, but both models have all these specs, which is optical image stabilization. I'll just read off some important ones. The sapphire crystal lens cover, which protects it. Live photos with stabilization. Tap to focus with focus pixels. Improved local tone mapping. Burst mode, auto HDR for photos. Auto image stabilization, and it supports the following image formats. This is where both phones are really good in terms of recording. I believe this is the first smartphone to be able to record at 4K at 60 FPS, which is an incredible achievement. I believe that's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool. So you have 4K video recording at 24 FPS, 30 FPS, or 60 FPS. You have your normal 1080p HD recording at 30 FPS or 60 FPS, and then you have your 720p HD video recording at 30 FPS, all with optical image stabilization for video, optical zoom with 6 times with the iPhone 8 Plus only, quad LED true tone flash, slow-mo video support for 1080p at 120 FPS or 240 FPS. And those are just some of the other ones that you have. Just body and face detection, noise reduction, takes 8 megapixel still photos while recording 4K video. Pretty cool. So the front-facing camera is a 7 megapixel camera with 1080p HD video recording. They don't usually say what the FPS of that is, but I'm assuming it's 30 with Retina flash and f2.2 aperture. And both come with Touch ID. So all iPhone 8s come with Touch ID, unlike the iPhone 10 that doesn't come with Touch ID. You get Face ID. Both come with Apple Pay. You can use Apple Pay on various stores, your normal carriers, your cellular and wireless bands. all the supported bands, your location, video calling, audio playback, video playback, Siri, all this is onto the important part, which I believe that many of you guys that like my channel really care about, which is battery life. That is like, if not the highest on my priority list. If the battery can last more than 6 hours, 7, I'm happy with the phone. So in terms when Apple puts their power and battery, like, they don't give you actual, well, they're giving you the talk time and the hours and stuff like that, but they're just basically saying, oh, last about the same as iPhone 7. And then you go look at the iPhone 7 and it says last about the same as iPhone 6s. So, or an hour more than the iPhone 6. I don't know, it just goes weird. They don't actually give you the capacity of the battery, which would be helpful. But I mean, this is what you get. So with the iPhone 8, you get talk time up to 14 hours, internet use up to 12 hours, video playback up to 13 hours, audio playback up to 40 hours, and fast charge, which both phones are enabled, up to 50% charge in 30 minutes. As the iPhone 8 Plus, talk time is 21 hours, which is 7 hours more than the iPhone 8, 1 hour more in internet use, and 1 hour more in video playback, and 20 more hours in audio playback, which is pretty cool. Both models include built-in rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, wireless Qi charging, and fast charge capable. Only if you use like a super 60-watt MacBook Pro thing to connect it into the wall, and then a USB-C to Lightning cable. So in terms of fast charge, it's not included in the box. You're gonna have to spend another $70 to $80 if you want to get fast charge. So that kind of bums me out, because most of the Samsung and Android manufacturers already include the fast charging thing. So you can just use it right out of the box. They don't make you buy another separate charging brick and stuff, which kind of pisses me off. But I mean, I guess this is Apple. Alright, so now that I'm done showing you guys the specs and stuff, I just want to let you guys know about my thoughts and stuff like that about the iPhone 8 and the 8 Plus. And I'm personally not an Apple hater. I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't like it. I know that their products are somewhat they're overpriced for what other companies do. For like over half the price, you can probably, these features aren't new. They're not leading the trend in new features like they used to back in the day. I'm not gonna sit here and defend them, because they're not anymore. They just wait until something is perfected, and then they add it into their device after they don't implement new technologies. I believe that the iPhone 10 is probably the greatest leap they've done, or they've attempted. But I mean, Samsung takes leaps every year. Like the first year with the S6 Edge, I believe, that was something crazy. No one had seen an Edge phone like that, but they did it, and they took a risk, and then it paid off, and they've been using that ever since, and they keep implementing new technologies. But as for the iPhone 8, this is my impressions. The glass back is pretty nice looking. I don't know how it's gonna do with fingerprints. It's probably gonna be a fingerprint magnet along with the drop. So they say that it's a strongest glass ever made on a smartphone. So I probably won't be doing any drop tests, and I probably won't even be getting any of the iPhones. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that I don't like them, because I would want one. I mean, I would want an iPhone 8. I mean, I'm just a tech guy. I love all operating systems. I'm not gonna be an Apple fanboy, and I'm not gonna be like smashing it down because I don't like it, because I love everything that has to do with technology. It's just another piece of technology. Everyone has their own opinions. I think they look fine. I don't mind the iOS 8. I don't mind. My first device that I ever got that was considered a smart device, and it wasn't even a phone, was an iPod Touch back when I was in 6th or 7th grade. And that was my first experience, and I used that iPod Touch for around 2 or 3 years. And it was like the beginning of my addiction into phones and stuff like that. But onto the actual phone, you get this all glass back, pretty sweet, and in the front as well. The camera appears to be pretty advanced, and I don't really take pictures, and I'm not really into photography as much. And the display really doesn't bother me because I've had an iPhone 6 before, and it's basically the same screen except for the True Tone display. And I probably wouldn't even see a difference if I was honest with you guys with this display and then an iPhone 6 display, which is basically the same thing. So you're basically just paying for the Apple ecosystem, which is an amazing ecosystem. I like how all the products work seamlessly together, and I haven't been able to get that experience with any of the Android phones that I've used. And you just don't get any bloatware. Like my OnePlus 5 doesn't have any bloatware, as well as my Moto Z Play. But you go and look at my G6 and it has bloatware. And I mean, that's not really much of an issue for some people, but the iPhone 8 just has these ecosystem that just works so well with all the other iPhones, because that's the majority of the phones that people have are iPhones. Because I don't know why it's like that, but I just think it's a cool phone. Just like I think an S8 Plus is a cool phone. The Note 8 is a cool phone. I just wish I had them all, but unfortunately I live in a world where I can't afford to buy every single new phone. And I don't know if I'll be getting this phone anytime soon. But if I do, trust me, I'll be doing some videos on it. And if I don't, well, I'm sorry guys. There's probably like a million other channels on YouTube where you guys can find the content you want on the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. And it's just my iPhone 8 expectations were kind of let down. This isn't an iPhone 8. This is more of an iPhone 7s. I don't know, they didn't do much this year. But I mean, it's fine. I mean, some people are gonna buy it. Hella people are gonna buy it, and it's probably gonna sell like crazy. So those are my thoughts on the iPhone 8. You guys are probably gonna drop some hate on the comments down below because most of my subscribers are Android users, and I mean, I'm just open-minded to all technology, and I hope you guys would be too. Because all phones are technology and everyone should have their own opinion as to what they like. And remember guys, the giveaway is still going on. It'll be over in a week and a half from now, I believe. I don't know, just 2 weeks after I posted the video on Wednesday. Then the giveaway will be over and I'll announce some winners, and you guys will win the Amazon gift cards. And this is just a short video on me explaining my iPhone 8 thoughts and the specs, and if I wanted to buy it. And I would buy this phone if I could. If I could, I'd probably buy it right now, but I don't know guys. It's up to you guys. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Hope to see you guys in my next video. I'll probably be doing one of these for the iPhone 10. And I'll probably be doing Moto Z Play versus G6 soon. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.